Morning with Max. Hey, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Hey there, Thantanos. Oh, excuse me. Apparently I forgot to turn down my alarm. There we go. It is another, actually it's another cold and gray day here in Virginia. It was really warm yesterday, and today it's really cold again. So, that's the weather around here. Good morning, Andy R. on the YouTube chat. What happened to Friday's stream? People were just really busy. We had to cancel it because nobody really had the time, unfortunately, to come on and do a stream for you folks. But we'll make it up to you. Denarian, we haven't had any cool weather yet. Well, it's coming, I'm sure. Zarfe, may I ask a question? Okay. Somebody tell Sakurix that the stream has already started. Thantanos. We had some of that Death Wish coffee. As we said in the Friday email, I don't think this is Death Wish. It is not. But that was some pretty intense coffee. Russell, tell Bull I said what's up. Russell from NC Soft. Hey Bull. Russell from NC Soft says what's up.
Just working, man.
Says just working, man. Zarfe, is it allowed to use CSE videos from YouTube to re-edit old videos, for example, that begin from the tech alpha footage? You're gonna have to ask Tyler about that, Zarfe. I don't know. Sakurix, are we getting a 30-day doc this week after promised last week? I don't know. Odelvik, good morning. Alright, well, let me briefly go over... Oh, no, I didn't, Thantanos. I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine. But here's the link to the stream schedule. We'll probably be updating either today or tomorrow with a new tab in there. Don't know what kind of stream we're going to have this afternoon yet. If no one volunteers, I may just turn on the office cameras and have ourselves an office stream. Back on Friday, and these are all linked in the schedule, by the way. Back on Friday, we had Morning with Max, and end of week wrap up we had to cancel, and then we had Building in Cube with Necromaniac, which we hosted. Necromaniac was on for about an hour or so, but he's having some computer problems. Back on Thursday, we had an office stream. Back on Wednesday, Dion was sick, Tyler was too busy, so we didn't have an art stream, but we did have story time with Max, where I read the Silverhand's Becoming story. Back on Tuesday, we had an office stream in the morning, and we had Sculpting with John, Basic Clothing in the afternoon. I was working on some of that. You might have seen it in the update email or news post that we put out on Friday. But John was working on some clothes for like NPCs and maybe in some cases for characters. And back on Monday, I was sick, so I wasn't in for Morning with Max. But we did have Painting All the Things with Michelle, where she was working on clothing. The concept part of it happens before John gets those concepts and starts creating them for the game. Okay, Sacrex, I'll take that under advisement. Tentanos, how did the Scarecrow get the promotion? He was outstanding in his field. You have cursed us.
I love you. Turn off
the bad pun. Odovic, so maybe a start of the week unwrap? Instead of wrap up. I get it. Sacrex, how's the Siege sprint going? It's going good as far as I've heard. Going well. Tyler came on and said so during the Morning with Max on Friday. Tentanos is just dropping puns like mad. Koki, Max giving Michelle clothing. I don't want to know how many outfits will be in the game now. It's just basic clothing. I don't even understand these puns anymore. Paladin Brewer, play anything this weekend, Max? Yes. I have been playing a game that is getting a little long in the tooth now, but not really. The Banner Saga. It's all Viking-y. It's excellent. The Banner Saga? Fubu, my wife loved Banner Saga. Yeah, well, I'm playing it together with my wife. It's great. Great tactical game. Great story game. So it's a family-oriented game. Say hi to AJ. I wouldn't say so necessarily. It's kind of a brutal game, and usually when people say family games, you know, there isn't so much blood and bleak you know, bleak storylines and stuff like that, but it's definitely got a bit of dark about it. Xanaris, hey, Wolf Power. Just wondering, I haven't been able to get into any alpha. Will there be one we can toy in anytime soon, or nothing until beta 1? There will be more alpha tests. I'm sure of it, Wolf Power. I don't know exactly when. Currently, we're in the midst of like a sprint to like focusing on like Siege gameplay. So the people who would run the alpha tests are preparing something for you guys to test, and they don't have the time to run the tests, if that makes any sense. So they're coming. What are you folks drinking today? Drinking this coffee, but not the Death Wish coffee that Thantanos sent. Wait, was it Thantanos? No, Thaticus.
Connect me.
Paladin Brewer. And I know I mixed you up earlier, Thantanos. I'm sorry. Lore question. When will we see the Becoming story for the Tuatha? An excellent question, Paladin Brewer. An excellent question. I don't know exactly when. With those kinds of races, it can be a little bit difficult because there are some secrets, some mysteries of lore that even I don't yet know. So it may be that the Tuatha are tied too deeply to one or more of those mysteries for me to write their Becoming story right now. I've been working on the Silverhand story, and I'm thinking about what I'll be working on next, because I'm almost done rewriting it. Paladin Brewer, I know what you're drinking. Yeah, you got some kind of tea, probably Earl Grey. Zarfe. By the way, will Beta 1 also have NDA, or can we make videos and streams? There will be NDA first at some point, and it will be lifted, temporarily at certain points. Mark has said so. So I don't know exactly when, but they will be lifted at certain points. Sacred, so we're getting closer to update on animation and what George is working on before CU give a beta date. Yes, of course we're getting closer. How close are we? I don't know. Brandon Logue, I need an IV full of coffee, video games, and Sunday night East Coast football. Makes for a tired Monday. I hear ya. Ryan Oyeda, are there, or I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Are there positions for marketing in your company? Just curious. I don't think we're looking for something like that right now. Say hi to AJ as he passes by. There we do post our jobs available on our website. But Mark has said that we'll be looking for more stuff like that as we get closer to, release. Sacrix, you're asking me questions that you know that I either won't or can't answer, so... Oh. Hi, AJ. As you folks probably already know, we are in the tail end of alpha, working towards the first phase of beta, called Beta 1, as hard as we can. Hi, King Cloister. Thantino's bringing it round with the aphorisms. Oh yeah, you guys are doing fine. Take your time. A stitch in time saves 9. Very true. I just realized I left my glasses, my eye strain glasses at home. Sacrex, of course, take the time. I'm trolling. Tell us something we don't know. Oh boy, Thantino's. Wolf Power. Me and my friends were wondering, I have beta access 1, but my friend has beta invites. Will those be usable for beta 2 to 3? If it just says beta invites, I believe those are all beta 3. So yes. Unless it specifically says beta 2. Good morning, Link. I'm making you want coffee, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's this amazing mug, I bet. I don't know who brought it or whose mug this is, who owns this mug, or if it's just the office mug now, an office mug. But as it heats up, the X's with the sad yellow face sort of fade into the background, and the smiley face comes to the fore. Brandon Logue. Sacrex Mark's not been well, he's in the office. He's in the office. He's in the conference room with Tyler and maybe some other people. Brandon, with Halloween rapidly approaching, what is the greatest scare or practical joke you have done? To be honest, I'm not that good at practical jokes. People always either don't find them scary or they find them too much.
No, there was a security moment. You just need to learn to be more secure.
My ID here. Max, are you writing up a good intro for CU for the eventual launch, or even for beta runs? What do you mean, my ID here? What do you mean by a good intro? Let's see if I set this up.
That sounds amazing.
No, it doesn't work. There's the lore landing page, if you mean like an introduction to the lore of Camelot Unchained. Right? I wrote that. But an introduction to CU. My idea here's just a short intro to the lore or gameplay with lore. Yeah, I mean, there's the lore landing page. That's what exists for right now. Intro to the gameplay with lore. Well, I'd have to wait until it was all designed, wouldn't I? And probably work closely with Ben. But I'm sure we will do that. Joel. Still no video of the state of the game. Haven't seen anything in-game for months. Yeah, no video of the state of the game. Basically because we're not taking the time to stop working on the game to make a good video of the game. But we will do that. We will, release a new video at some point. But, not right now. We do have a lot of screenshots, if that appeals to you at all. Brand, lore question. Camelot is Arthurian in nature, with King Arthur, Lancelot, etc. How much affiliation does it have with the Arthurian realm in CU? An excellent question. In CU, in the now of the game, like in the present time at which you'll be playing, that is TBD. That's to be determined. In terms of how much affiliation it had back in the day, some degree of connection with Arthur, because it's like, in our lore, it's sort of his idea, and he had to get his two sword brothers on board with it to make it work. Brand, have you read Tales of the One True City, parts 1, 2, and 3? That would give you the details on what I'm talking about. So, in some degree, but the idea, sort of as it says in the story, not to give you a spoiler really, the idea was that it would be for all three brothers, all three perspectives on reality. Halloween on my server will be pretty much none. They'll never own it. Dassel Pishoff, Morning Max, I'm late. Sorry when it's beta. How are you doing? I'm doing good, Dassel Pishoff. How are you? Fubuwu, I need to read The Once and Future King again. I think you mean by T.H. White. Those are excellent books. Well, yeah. Piranha69, good morning, lad. I've asked again in the past, any news regarding release date? No news regarding release date, but as I have told you in the past, we are in the tail end of alpha, working toward the first phase of beta called Beta 1. Why would I put mechanics into the lore when I'm not the game designer, Sacrix? I just didn't change anything in terms of hints at how that would work when I rewrote the story. Maybe I filled it out a little, but... I don't think we've ever said around the corner, Sacrix. So you can't accuse us of that. Nope. No mechanics from me, Sacrix. Caladith. Any plans for alpha beta testing this week? Not that I know of. I'm sure we'd like to. Sacrix, I never read the roleplay or read the roleplay. I just wondered if you added something to the story about that. No. Well, not in terms of what you're asking about. My ID here. I'm sensing a trend with all the beta questions. Yes, you are. We're not giving out a date until we're positive we can make one. Brandon Logue, the release date is when it's done, like dinner. That's right. Meds 1348, new here. What do you do there? Meds. This is City State Entertainment. Actually, I pointed it the wrong way. This is City State Entertainment. We're working on the MMORPG Camelot Unchained, and I am the writer, the editor, the lore keeper, board game designer in my spare time, stream runner, various other things. We wear a lot of hats. Arcane Cloister, did you write in the lore if I get a +10 to my sword? Yeah, if you read between the lines, it says that. My ID here, you have big plans for Thanksgiving next month. I will be going to my wife's folks' house back in California. Halloween on a totally different topic. Fall finally arrived in Houston this morning. Congratulations. I love fall, especially here in Virginia. Although it is rather confusing since it was over 80 yesterday and it's down in the 60s and 50s today. As anyways, I'm actually looking forward to the end of the When is Beta 1 questions. Whenever that happens. Nekith, Lore Keeper is a cool title. Thank you. Mark wrote it in when they did the stretch goal to bring me on. Piranha, will there be a tutorial in games of Fresh Spawn, or will you jump in and explore? Tutorials will be very important to us. We've talked about, linking to tutorials made by people outside of the game. We've talked about that it's important and that we're going to find the best possible solution that we can. Xanaris, well done, Max. You gained a level. Thank you. Ding, ding, ding. Sacrax, how's the wedding you went to this weekend? Did I say that on stream? Or are you creeping on me? It was nice.
Yeah. All right.
Klaatu Barada, cough, cough, Nick tie. Or Nick, cough, cough, tie.
Yes, we know everything. That's true. Hey, we might get there if the system doesn't,
Well, it is just about time for me to start wrapping up this morning with Max. Thank you all for joining me. It was another hopping one. I will announce on Discord.
And first of all, that's very binary. Like, we could go to a
Sacrax, yes, you said on Friday your plans. Okay, good. Yes, it is time for stand-ups meeting, so everybody's going to head down that way, gather around where it says CSE West and talk to CSE West since we're in CSE East. And we're just going to have the opportunity to coordinate, talk about what our plans are for this week, for today, what we got done last week. And yes, I'll announce on Discord when if anybody volunteers to hop on on stream for this afternoon. Otherwise, I'll just turn on the cameras and we'll have ourselves an office stream. So, hopefully I will see you later. And, sorry folks, I don't think I'm going to forget this time. But thanks for reminding me. I will... Alright. Brandon Logue, release date reminds me of the Sorcerer's Stone. Right, well... Wolf Power, later Max will be back at meditating. Send you all my power for development. Thanks, Wolf Power. I like that name. Alright. Bye-bye. See you later. Thanks again for joining me. And have a good one. Morning with Max.